Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. Friends, today I want to discuss why I believe CRISPR Therapeutics is a stock that stands out for its low risk, high reward potential in the medium to long run. And I'm starting to make this video and form this kind of opinion based on the rate cut that the Central Bank of Canada announced yesterday, and also taking into account the fact that other central banks have also cut rates and EU might follow suit. So let's break down the key reasons behind this perspective. I'll also talk about target price and entry price. So let's get started. Welcome back, friends. First, let's talk about some significant milestones for CRISPR Therapeutics that happened earlier this year, and then trace it back to where we are today and draw some inferences from there and use that as a basis for my hypothesis that CRISPR Therapeutics going forward is going to be the best bet for low risk, high reward in the long to medium term. So here we are in the chart for CRISPR Therapeutics. It's each of these candles are a 1 day candle, and my cursor is on the 16th of January 2024 when CRISPR Therapeutics announced that FDA approved that gene therapy Casgevy for treating TDT. And surprisingly, this major approval did not immediately affect the stock price, as you can see. The stock continued to consolidate all the way up to January 31st. However, things took a turn at the end of January, and I'm going to talk about the entire progression. On 31st of January 2024, the Federal Reserve indicated that rate hikes were stopping, and this was a crucial macroeconomic signal, and it helped the stock gain traction. So this is the 31st of January out here. After that, the stock started going up, and I think the market took a little bit longer to digest the implications of the Fed's announcement. By February 13, we had which is around this date here, European Union approving Casgevy. And I don't think the EU approval sent Casgevy soaring all the way up, right up to 91.03 on 22nd of February. But I think it's the fact that the market was slowly hearing, all the participants were hearing about Casgevy, etc. So the momentum started picking up and reached a peak, and it reached a culmination somewhere around 28th of February 2024, where the stock started falling from there. Because it went up almost 28.99%, hitting $90 in the process. This significant jump happened even though CRISPR Therapeutics announced an equity dilution by releasing 280 million worth of shares on the same day. Imagine the impact that if such a catalyst occurred without the equity dilution, then it would have shot up even further. Now keep all of that in mind and let us start looking ahead. So in the recent past, we have made three resistances, one at 54.47, another one at 56.33, and yet another one at 58.84 from resistance to support. So we have converted them. And I'm looking ahead, and I'm thinking what would happen somewhere around July or September, which is ahead of us. So I'm thinking about July or September. So we have July out here somewhere in this time period and this time period in September. I'm thinking that around that time period, what would happen is Bank of Canada might have made a few more cuts, and we would have had Sweden and Switzerland making a little more cuts, and Fed would have already done its first rate cut and would have probably implemented more than one rate cuts by that time. And I think the Fed would definitely have made a rate cut by September, or at least in July would have signified that they may probably make a rate cut going ahead. So I think that with all those catalysts out there, if I was to extrapolate somewhere around 28% on a very conservative basis, a 28% jump. So that 28% jump, I think, will take us somewhere to around $76.82. So $76.82 from our current position. And I won't be putting a too fine a point. I think can say $76 as a round figure instead of 0.82. I think that's around $16 increase per share. And this is without accounting for potential revenue boost that we may get from Casgevy in the next quarter. Because friends, if you heard what Vertex said in their quarterly earnings report last time, they said they won't recognize CasJV earnings until infusion takes place. So I'm sure by the time CRISPR reports for next quarter, the infusion would have taken place and 5 CasJV orders would have registered and the revenue can be attributed. And that would provide an additional catalyst. And I'm not going to take that catalyst into account at all. I'm still sticking with $76, which is around a $16 height. So given these potential catalysts, the question arises, is CRISPR Therapeutics worth buying now? And I think, this is my personal opinion, not financial advice, I think for the long-term investor, the answer is a resounding yes. A year from now, the share price could be easily 30% higher than its current level, which takes it to $76 or above. And as for the optimal entry point, I still maintain that a price target of $55 to $60 would be a decent entry point. And this range provides a good balance between risk and reward, in my personal opinion, allowing investors to position themselves favorably for future gains. So if you buy within that $55 to $60 range, then your profits could be somewhere in the range of $16 to $21 on a very conservative basis, in my opinion. So I'm still targeting to buy CRISPR at that price range. Right now I'm riding the FNGU and NVIDIA wave to create more capital. And that's what I'm doing right now. And I'll move my profits from there and put it into CRISPR Therapeutics. That is my plan. So in conclusion, I would say that CRISPR Therapeutics offers a compelling investment opportunity with the groundbreaking gene therapy developments and the potential for significant stock price appreciation, keeping an eye on macroeconomic signals and upcoming quarterly reports for additional insights, because CRISPR said that in the 18 months following, they're going to have a lot of catalysts. So we are looking for some more catalysts to come there. So I would say that that's really good prospects out there. And I want to ask our CRISPR viewers about which other stocks they would like to cover me. And the reason I'm asking that is because I can see that when I make a CRISPR videos, more of you are watching, significantly more. But when I see other videos that I have released like Illumina or PACB, or for that matter, NVIDIA or some other company like Microsoft, the number of views are less. So I want to ask you, our audience, please guide me on what makes this channel better for you, and let me know the companies that you want me to cover so that we can have higher viewership on each of those videos. This is very important because if our videos have higher views, then YouTube will recommend us to a similar investor. It will help the channel grow. So please provide me some insights on that so that I could make more videos that you like to watch and you watch for longer. So with that, my friends, I'd like to bring this video to an end, but before going away, please hit the subscribe button and help us touch the 20,000 subscriber mark. So that's all from me for today. Bye for now. I'll catch up with you in the next video. See you later.